You know what this is? I'll tell you what this is. This is a response to all the Ottawa Senators fans that were getting on the Sabres behind for signing Rasmus Dahlin to the extension that they did. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I was gonna make a video. Actually, I have already pre-recorded a video about Dahlin versus Sanderson and the ensuing arguments that came up out of Ottawa Senators media and analysts after the Dahlin contract was signed. I was scheduling that video for Friday, had some other things I wanted to upload in between. But before that Dahlin and Sanderson video comes out, we have to talk about the other first overall defenseman on Buffalo that has signed a long-term deal. It's Owen Power, 7-year contract, an AAV of $8.35 million. He is here to stay. Owen Power is a Buffalo Sabre, and he's going to carry that title until, what is it going to be? So 24-25 is the first year, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's going to be a Buffalo Sabre till 2030, 2031, I'm pretty sure. And for a guy who is a behemoth of a human being, 6'6", 218, 20 years old, and who had 35 points in 79 games played last year with the Sabres, I think this is a pretty solid deal. Now, as we're going to talk about, or as I have already talked about, but you haven't heard it yet in the video that's going to come out in 2 days, wherein we talk about Dahlin and Sanderson, when it comes to these younger guys getting those long-term deals, it's really tough to argue when you say, yeah, Rasmus Dahlin is only 23, but this guy's a point-per-game defenseman already. Sanderson, he had as many games played as Dahlin had points last year. He's only had 77 games, yet he got signed to 8.035, or 0.25, I'm pretty sure. 0.5, excuse me. What's the deal here? The same thing could be said about Owen Power. Very small sample size, 79 games played at the NHL level last year and 35 points, but what you saw out of Power in 22-23, excuse me, yeah, I was about to say 23-24. Nope, that's the wrong season. What we saw out of Power in 22-23 was his quick willingness to adapt as the season went on. He got so much better as he got more comfortable. He started reading the plays in the offensive zone a little bit better. And as we had talked about in a few videos, Owen Power kind of exhibited more of a Rasmus Dahlin type of growth path towards the end of the season. You started to see Power making some of the same deceptive moves in the offensive zone to open up passing lanes and send the puck across like Rasmus Dahlin is capable of doing every night. It's almost like Owen Power saw Rasmus Dahlin, and he was like, yeah, I want to try playing like that guy. I want to start creating offense like that guy. And towards the end of last season, we started to see him rack up a few more points, and he was looking really solid in the process. If you want to argue that Jake Sanderson is going to be more expensive than $8 million caliber player in the next few years, you could very well say the same thing about Owen Power. And the reason I'm talking about these two other guys, Dahlin and Sanderson, is because, hey, I need to tease my video for the next few days, right? It's coming out on Friday. It's not really that big of a deal. I just recorded it earlier, so I didn't really think we would have to bring it up sooner. But either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Owen Power signing a huge 7-year extension with an AAV of $8.35 million? If all of these guys that we had talked about, Dahlin gets better, Sanderson gets better, if Power gets better, if Owen Power ends up becoming a better defenseman than Sanderson down the line, I honestly wouldn't be too surprised. There's a lot of potential here with what type of a profile Power has. And for the Sabres to lock this guy up till 2030 at 8.35, sure, it's kind of a risk because you're paying, $8 million a year to a guy who has only played 1 season in the NHL, but he was pretty alright towards the end, and he's projected to getting better, that you could very much say this deal is worth it. So, for all the Sabres fans in the comment section, let me know your thoughts about Owen Power signing. If you're a Sens fan who had stumbled across this video, then please tune in a few days because we're going to have the Rasmus Dahlin Jake Sanderson video coming out. Not because I'm comparing the two players directly, but I'm comparing the conversations that came up. Because after Dahlin signed his extension a few days ago, you saw so many Ottawa Senators writers and fans saying, oh, look at that, Dahlin signed $11 million. That makes the Sanderson contract so much better. And then a lot of Sabres fans are triggered by that. Why are you bringing up Sanderson when our guy Dahlin just signed? And now Owen Power is in the conversation too. The Friday video is not going to talk about Power because I did not make the necessary arrangements with the Time Lords to ensure that that information would have been available. But for now, thoughts in the comments about Owen Power. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.